Mama's always cooked and her dad is always broke, but he does his best with
The meaning of the song Runaways is actually a toxic love story. Honestly, the song is kind of like a suicide pact between two star-crossed lovers who come from really opposite sides of the world in similar situations. The first character is this girl who is running away from a mom and dad who are never really around. The mom is always doing drugs. The dad, he is always fooling around. She needs to get out, so she decides she's going to run away from it. The guy in the second verse does the same thing, but it's kind of the opposite. Mom is like a helicopter mom. Dad actually doesn't even know that the kid even exists. He's always so focused on the other brother. So it's like these two characters that are going through a lot of things. They decide to run away, fall in love with each other, and create a very dark pact together. They are a product of their environment. They only know how to love the way that they were taught. I think why this song is so important is because it talks about how society affects younger people. The writing process for Runaways was very similar to how we've been writing a lot of our songs. What ends up happening is that our drummer, Eric, ends up creating some kind of beat on Logic or Ableton or anything that he can get his hands on, and kind of comes up with some kind of skeleton of a song. Sometimes it's just a simple drum beat that kind of repeats over and over with some chords on top of it. He sends it over to me. I listen to it. I kind of riff some things. Usually I start with the melody. So at this time, I remember I was like literally doing na 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 na. I actually had these lyrics for this song for many years, but I couldn't figure out the right melodies to go with it or the right songs to use it for. So when this presented itself, I was like, oh, maybe it'd be kind of cool if I try to bring in those old lyrics into this song. That's why you never want to throw away your lyrics. Sometimes it's just great to just write down a bunch of lyrics in a iPhone note, something like that, and maybe later on, a couple years later, that will unlock a verse or chorus for you for a new song that you're writing. The thing with Marina City is that we don't ever stop writing the song until it's like completely mastered. So even though Eric and I were going back and forth with a couple different ideas and having like little half songs, we like to call it, or like skeletons of a song, we didn't really stop writing the song until we were completely done with the mixing and everything, because Matt comes in, aka Gaudiano. He's the keyboard player. He does a lot of the harmonies as well. And so he comes up with a bunch of ideas that maybe we weren't thinking about from there. And then Todor comes in. He's the lead guitar player. He comes in and he like brings a whole fresh rock vibe to it, gives it that little edge that we're looking for. So all four of us bring a different perspective. The recording process for Runaways was like the last traditional way to record before COVID. All of the songs on the record, the simulation, minus Runaways, was recorded in all of our home studios. I think the cool thing about Runaways is that we were actually recording it on the day we released our last EP, The Crush. It was like the grind doesn't stop. We're going right into it. So while we're promoting, hey, our EP, The Crush is out, we were literally sitting in the studio recording Runaways. And we actually finished recording Runaways probably in a day and a half. I think the second day was basically just like a last minute touches on stuff. But for the most part, we were able to get through the song really quickly. It's the fastest we've ever recorded something in our entire lives. It was awesome. For this record and this song, we worked with Mark McCluskey. He's a producer that's outside of New York right now. Before we started recording the song, he was actually in Chicago, and then we were able to meet up with him actually at the same exact studio we recorded our last record, The Crush. But then once we did Runaways and it was the whole lockdown, he actually ended up moving across the country to New York, and we were finishing up the record at our houses, trying to record ourselves and then sending out to him so that he can do producing and get it all to be glued together.
not running with the